Hey, I'm out here doing my morning walk, and topic today is self worth, man. I've heard some people say before, man, you ain't never gonna be paid what you're worth unless you're working for your mother and father. And the thing about it is, in this world, man, your self worth is hard. It's hard. It's really, 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 really hard to determine what your self worth is because you're being sold every step of the way. You know, you watch TV, hey, there's something being sold to make you improve yourself. You know, you just can't be happy who of who you are. And it's just like going through the world, man. There's always someone that's trying to bring you a notch down. You know what I'm saying? The people, which is a rarity, is hard to find. A lot of times, you won't see them with those rings and things and all this type of stuff because the I don't know, the world just tells you you need this, you need that, you need this, and you need that just to be worth something. You know what I'm saying? As a man, a lot of times you can't even just be a good person. You know, what's it? You know, nice guys finish last and all that type of shit. You just can't be a good person. That's just not good enough. You know, you gotta have this, you gotta have that, you gotta have this, and you gotta have that. I'm just saying in general. Oh, I
Have a good day.
see. All right, man. Just self worth, man. A lot of people that are grounded in their own stuff, you know, they feel themselves as valuable. They don't pay attention to all that shit. It's hard. It's hard because you're always inundated with a lot of stuff. You know, a lot of material stuff, a lot of just different stuff that tell you you ain't worth a shit. You need this to be worth a shit. You hear me? But self worth, man. When you know the value of yourself and you know the value of what you bring in and out of human interaction, you just do better. You know, because we're in a culture that doesn't show any appreciation. Doesn't show any appreciation. You know, when you can show appreciation, a lot of times people misconstrue that as dick riding or whatever. It's like you're not. I mean, just live in a culture where you ain't supposed to really show your hand. You know, fortunately for me, man, I got a group of friends and family and stuff like that it really doesn't even matter. You know, let me check my IG real quick. Don't even matter. It's like when you help a person. What they say was it Zig Ziglar say? Yeah, when you'll get everything that you want in life when you help somebody else get everything that they want. And I think that's a true statement. But it's really hard to really live that because we live in a world right now, especially with social media and everything like that, for instant gratification. Instant validation. Um, like for instance, you'll have Instagram model show their ass, big ass, and I'll be right there, commenting, not commenting, but liking that shit too. You know, that's the value that they they bring. You know, that's the value that they bring, and a lot of times you can tell that's the value what they bring because they end up with that person that really appreciates that shit. And I'm just talking about from a relationship standpoint. You know, oh shit, found a dime. Hey, always pick up money when you see it. Hey, but anyways, the what I was trying to say is subconsciously we do things, you know, to attract people or things in our lives that we want subconsciously. You know, I'm doing probably this video right now because I want somebody to come in my life that's a deep thinker. That's maybe not, but anyways, um, I don't even know what I'm doing this video for. But I just like doing this. I like to hear myself talk. Maybe I'm self-absorbed. Maybe that's what it is. But anyways, back to the subject. Um, when they drop like the booty video, the ass shaking videos, uh, they're secretly saying this is what my worth is. You know, booty shots that I paid for, these enhancements that I did to myself. That's all I'm worth. You know, I'm worth $100,000, which $100,000 is worth nothing in paper, cash. Stripper is out there shaking their ass. You know, they get a bag full of a bag full of ones or whatever. That's all they're worth. But if you look on the dollar bill, it's just not worth nothing. And hey, you got to follow me on this one. But it's not worth nothing. It's really not worth nothing. Think about it, man. It's really not worth nothing. It says it's legal tender. It's legal tender. That means that for every dollar you spend, you got to spend it. You have to spend it. And when you spend it, you pay tax on it. You also have inflation on it. So basically, every time that stripper gets that dollar, she thinks she's getting a dollar. She's only getting like maybe a 70 cents or something like that. Even less. You know, they don't pay taxes with it. But you feel me on But I'm telling you, that's what, at the end of the day, that's what their worth is. You know, that's what their worth is. And you can tell by the people that they attract in their life, that's what their worth is. You hear me? That person, you know, you got the Wall Street guy, you know, the big businessman. He's not taking any deal that's not profitable most of the time because they've already identified what their worth was. And please excuse me, this doesn't sound coherent on intellectual basis, but it's the truth. They know what their worth is, and people act accordingly. It's when you are a cheap hoe, you act accordingly. That's what it is. You know, when you accept being a side bitch or whatever, yeah, I'm bashing on women. So what? Who gives a fuck? But I'm just saying, you know what your worth is. Shit, I only had a couple listeners, but anyways, man, I'm on my morning walk. I'm talking about self-worth. It's Nobody's gonna know your value except yourself. And you can have. I mean, I sold on eBay a long time, and there were certain things, certain old things that were way, like for instance, a pair of LeBron, cost you much money. If you have like the first pair authentic, even if they're worn ones, they'll be worth more than the brand new ones because there's a value assessed to that. So everything ain't always what you think it is, you know. And you got, for instance, as a seller, you got to know what your product's worth. You got to know what you're worth, what your time is worth. There's a lot of shit that you can do in the world. If you don't know your value, you're gonna get cheated. You're gonna get cheated. When you give a person your time, you give them your patience and all this type of shit, you got to put a value on that shit. Not necessarily a value, I mean, when it comes to a dollar, but you just got to put a value in general. You hear me? But anyways, man, let me get off here, man. I ain't even focused this morning. I'm trying to sweat this shit off and, maintain. I'll let your boy.